Bismillah Rahman Rahim. In this session, we will discuss dispersion of light from O level and IGCSE physics book written by Duncan and Heather Kennett and published by Hodder Education. Dispersion of light when a sunlight or a white light falls on a triangular glass prism, this kind of prism. A band of colors called a spectrum is obtained. So this is a band of colors, a spectrum is obtained, and this effect is termed dispersion. So this color dispersion, because this white light enters into this prism and it disperses into various numbers of colors, and this effect is called dispersion. It arises because white light is a mixture of many colors. It's a many colors. The prism separates the color because the refractive index of glass is different for each color. The refractive index for each color is different, so it will create different bands. The prism separates the color because the refractive index of glass is different. The refractive index of glass is different for each color. For each color, the refractive index is different. It is greatest for violet light. For violet light, it is greatest, and for infrared, it is least. The traditional color of visible spectrum in order of increasing wavelength. So this is in order of increasing wavelength. So we are increasing wavelength. So this is the shortest, and then longest, then increase wavelength sequence, and finally the red one is the highest wavelength. In order of increasing frequency, the sequence is reversed. So this ultraviolet has the highest frequency, this has the lowest frequency. The red light has the longest wavelength in the optical spectrum and has the lowest frequency. So red light has the longest wavelength and lowest frequency and refracted least by the prism. So violet has the shortest wavelength and highest frequency in the optical spectrum and refracted most by the prism, So this, we can see this is red light and this is violet. So this is refracted more and this is least. So red light is refracted least while the violet color light is refracted most. So this is very important point. So this is all the colors of rainbow color that is present within a white light, and this prism has a refractive index for each light, has a different refractive index for each light. That's why it gives a different kind of spectrum. And red light has the longest wavelength and the shortest frequency, and therefore refracted least. This one has a refracted least, while the violet color has the shortest wavelength and the highest frequency and refracted most by the prism. Now we have some test probe yourself from page 155 of the book that we are discussing, this book, Hodder Education. And in figure 3.247, this figure, a ray of light OP is striking a glass prism and then passing through it, and then it is passing through it. Which of the ray A to D is the correct representation of emerging rays? So in this case, since this is perpendicular, so this, when it enters this at perpendicular to the surface, so it will pass directly, so it will not diverge. So perpendicular always pass through directly, so it will not bend. So the C is correct. And which 18 number question, which diagram in figure 3.28 shows the correct path of the ray through the prism? So this is A, and then this is bent, is bending like this, and this B straight, so it cannot be passed. So A is correct because it will bend here because of normal, and this is also, so this A is seems to be correct. Because these kind of things with little variations, because we have to know this is air, this is glass, and we have to place normals on every shape, so from which we can say that whenever it enters it bend toward the normal, and when it leaves it bent away from the normal. So this is the concept which helps to choose the correct answer. This is the knowledge, this is the concept. So in the next section we will discuss exam style questions.